Hey everyone, I had to redo another one of my videos because YouTube won't let me upload it because they're claiming it went too long. So here we go again. Alright, what I want to talk about in this video, I want to help people who have been scrapping cars, or people who are trying to start scrapping cars, or whatever. Alright, first off, when I say scrapping cars, I don't mean like just get a car and take it to a scrapyard. That's not what I'm talking about. That's what most people do because they don't stop to think of other ways to make money out of those cars. So what I want to do is teach people how to make more money out of those same cars that they were scrapping before. What you want to do, say you go out, you get a car for, I don't know, $50, $75, $100. What you want to do, you want to take that car, take a picture of it, put that on the internet, place an ad, sell the car as either a project car or a parts car. You could take that car, depending on what model car it is, if it's a high dollar car or if it's a classic car or if it's a, it all depends on the car and what model or how rare it is and shit like that. But you can make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per car, or a lot more than that if it's a classic or a rare model or high dollar model, whatever. Now let's go move on from cars and trucks and vans and all that, because you could use the same thing I was just talking about with trucks and vans also. Let's move on from that to talk about RVs and travel trailers. Okay, what you want to do if you come across an RV or a travel trailer that someone wants to sell you cheap, you don't want to scrap it. What you want to do with it, you want to sell it to someone who wants an RV or a travel trailer. They just can't afford a brand new one. That way they'll pay you more money than the scrapyard would ever pay you for it. On top of that, they'll fix it up and get it running again, and so it won't end up as a pile of metal. And another thing I want to mention too, you can do the same thing with buses also, because I took 2 of them and I sold them to a couple of guys who wanted to make their own RV basically. And I've seen them since I sold them to them, and they got them looking pretty good. They've already fixed them up and got them running again. They basically turned them into an RV now. They look good. And another thing I wanted to mention, you can do the same thing with motorcycles. You can take, instead of scrapping them or taking them to a junkyard or whatever, if you come across motorcycles, do what I do. Take them, sell them to a collector, take them and sell them to someone who wants to rebuild them. You'll make a hell of a lot more money than you would if you took them and sold them for scrap. It's not that hard to do, because I came across a whole truck and trailer load of old motorcycles, the frames, the body, whatever you want to call it, complete bikes. I came across a whole load of them once. I think there was like 35 or 40 that guy had in his barn. This was, oh shit, 10, 15 years ago now. I came across them, and it was me, my brother-in-law, and I forgot who else was with us. I think my sister might have been with us. But we came across them, and my brother-in-law had already known the guy for a while, so he took me out there and helped me make the deal on them, because the guy had them in his barn. He wasn't really doing anything with them, because before that he had been working on the motorcycles and fixing them up, reselling them. But he got out of that and started rebuilding cars and different shit like that. So he kind of gave up on the motorcycles and just left them piled up in his barn. So he gave them, well, he sold them to us, and I turned around and within a week I'd already had every one of them sold. And it's not just that I sold them within a week, it's that I made a huge profit too. Because the deal was, I paid the guy, I think it was $350 or $400 for all of them. Of course, you can do it cheaper. It just depends on how much you have to spend. So you work within your budget or whatever. But I offered him $350, $400, whatever it was, simply because I could afford to spend that much, because I knew there was a profit to be made there. Anyway, oh yeah, there's also, before I forget, you can also use this same technique with some boats and trailers and pretty much anything that you could think of that you might want to, instead of scrapping it, you can resell it to somebody who wants to fix it. Like I said, boats, trailers. Trailers are the best though, because instead of reselling those to somebody who wants to fix them, what you can do, you could take the boat, or god damn it, not the boat, but the trailer, and like I said, take the trailer. Most of them are easy to fix. Like if you get one that needs a new axle, like this one that I picked up a few days ago, that's all it needs is a new axle. If you pick up one like that, you could turn around, if you don't need a trailer, after you've already got a new axle for it and everything, put new tires on it if it needs them or whatever, you can turn around and sell that trailer for $2,500, $5,000, whatever. Like the one I got the other day, I just paid scrap price for it, because the people had the trailer and then they had a bunch of other scrap metal and a bunch of crap like that they wanted to get rid of. So I just basically made the deal to take the trailer and everything with it. So all I got to do with that is just put a new axle on it and it'd be ready to be resold if I decide to resell it. But with boats, it just depends on the boat really, because some of them you can use this technique. Other ones, like the cheap plastic or fiberglass, if they're broke, there's really no need in even trying to fuck with them. If there's holes in them, just pass it on to someone else, because there's no point in messing with it. Semis, stuff like that, you could use this technique with if you have a way to actually move it. Like if the semi doesn't run or something, or if it's been wrecked, you're going to need a big truck to pull the son of a bitch. I really don't like to mess with semis because they're too much work. And usually, if they've been wrecked or if they don't run, it takes too long to resell them once you get them fixed. And it also takes forever to get them fixed. It just depends on where you live and your situation. If you have somebody, like if you know somebody who can fix the semis cheap, somebody in your family knows how to do that, maybe that would work out for you. But with me, my brother-in-law is the only mechanic I really know, and he doesn't know shit about semis. So that's really why I don't really like to mess with them. But pretty much any other type of vehicle or anything like that, you can use these techniques with. Just get out there and start making money.